I think it's update time on the Calypso clone. So as you know, we've had some issues with the Calypso clone. Starter issues, bell housing issues, transmission issues, stuff like that, ever since we swapped it over to a T5. So where are we at right now? Because this has been going on for like 3 weeks now, or maybe even a month, I don't know. Why is the car still on jack stands? Well, for good reason. We're having to wait on parts. So as you all know, bell housings are pretty expensive. I mean, you know, if you got to go out and buy a new one. And there's enough used bell housings floating around where you shouldn't have to go out and buy a $200 bell housing. So I looked around on eBay, found a couple here or there, but at the same time, I asked all my buddies. I asked around, and it's one of those things where, you know, everybody thinks they have one, and then they look and they don't really have one. But we have gotten a few things since then to try to kind of speed the process up. As of right now, the transmission is still in the car, and we still have the issues. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start the car up for you. Why would I do that and risk, you know, messing everything up? Because we have a new starter and a new flywheel right here. So we have bought some parts for the car to get ready for the bell housing. So what is that? We got ourselves a new starter. This is the mini high torque starter that comes on the, I think, 91 through 93s. It is wired a little bit differently. But as you can see, it's just a cheap value craft or something starter. I don't know what it is. But we've got that. And we have a block plate, the correct block plate for T5. And then we just have a new flywheel from the auto parts store. That should work fine. I was a little skeptical on the flywheel because I've never bought one from like AutoZone or anywhere like that. I didn't know if it was going to work, if they were any good. Everything that I read says they're fine. A lot of people have used them, so good deal. Saved us a lot of money there. So we got basically everything that we need to go back in here minus the bell housing. But for right now, let's go ahead and start the car up. Also, I want to explain why I think this thing is making noise after it starts up and after it's running. Now, to be completely honest with you, I normally wouldn't do something like this. When you have issues and you keep starting it up, I wouldn't do this. But obviously, we have a new flywheel and a new starter, so it's okay. If it goes out, it goes out. Alright, so we understand the starter issue, right? That could just be the backing plate, could be the flywheel's messed up, starter, something like that. So, but what is that knocking noise, that tapping noise? Well, I think I have it figured out. Actually, I didn't figure it out. Andrew had mentioned it before, and then somebody on the live stream mentioned it also. So this is what we think. We know that the bell housing that's on the car right now is a little small. It's just a little narrower up through here than the regular world-class bell housing. So anyway, with that being said, this backing plate is just enough with it removed to move the bell housing closer to the clutch. You got to remember, the clutch is inside of here. So as you take a shim away from this, the bell housing gets closer to the clutch. As that clutch spins, it's hitting something in here. Remember, we had a block plate on the car the first time. It was just the wrong one. So we never heard that tapping sound. That means that by taking the block plate off, it's probably hitting inside. So no big deal there. So the point of this video, I want it to be a little more upbeat. I'm excited, guys. It's Christmas. Yeah, the car's on jack stands, and I'm not used to that. You know, we try to pump stuff out over here. But guys, I'm excited. I mean, everything's coming together on this thing. We've got all the parts. It just takes time to put them on, get everything installed. So hopefully we'll have all that done pretty soon. And I hope you guys have had a great year. I want to thank each and every one of you for all the support throughout the year. Man, I couldn't have done this without you guys. You watch the channel, you know, you support me. Couldn't ask for any better. So I just want to say thank you to all you guys for 2019 and beyond. I mean, 2020 should be a pretty good year for us. We probably won't be breaking as much ground as we did in 2019. We're not going to be taking on any major projects like we did with this car. But with that being said, we do want to take this car to the next level. So hopefully next year, we're going to put some good suspension on the car. We're going to put some drag radials on it. And we're going to do some sort of power adder. I don't know if it's going to be nitrous. Maybe we can find a supercharger, like a used supercharger. Doubt that we go turbo, though, to be completely honest with you. We had tossed around the idea early on of putting like an on-3 kit on this car, but I don't think I want to deal with that. There's just a lot of piping and everything that goes along with it, and I just don't want to deal with it. So I think we're going to keep it simple. Probably go with a nitrous kit or either a supercharger. And we're going to get this thing to the track and race it. Now, I've mentioned this a few times in my live streams. By the way, guys, if you don't know, typically on Sundays is when we do a live stream. We just started that. And, hey, feel free to join in, ask any questions you want to. A lot of questions get answered over there. And one of the questions was, you know, are we going to take this car to the track? Yeah, we're absolutely going to take it to the track. We just have to obviously get the transmission stuff sorted out. So yeah, once we get it to the track, I'm curious to know like what these cars, how they perform still. I know a lot of you out there have, you know, heads, cam, intake, you know, Fox bodies today, but it has been a long time since I've owned a heads, cam, intake Fox body with gears and like kind of the old school stuff that we used to do to them done today. Like I've not been around that in a while. I do know this, back in the day, these cars ran good numbers. They really did. I mean, they run 7s in the 8th mile, no problem, with some mods done to them and a really good driver. And today, you know, I mean, yeah, we got cars in the 6s from the factory, but it's not that far off. So yeah, that's the plans for 2020. We have a few things on the car that we need to take off down here on the ground effects, the lower ground effects. This needs to come off and be resprayed. There were some adjustment issues with the door, so we're going to pull that off. There's a little bit of stuff going on back here around the spoiler. The spoiler's not bolted down yet, guys. None of this stuff is bolted down hardly. We got a few paint issues on the car that we need to address, but overall, I mean, it still looks good. We're going to put all new weather stripping in the car, which I have already. We're going to put new header gaskets on the car. We got so much stuff that we need to do. I need to be doing it right now, but I'm going to be honest with you. It's just boring, right? Nobody wants to come out and put header gaskets on a car, run channel molding while it's still like on jack stands and it's not running. Once the car gets on the ground and we drive it and it proves itself, man, I'm going to be itching to get all these little mods done to it. So that's what I'm waiting on, truth be known. Interior wise, we're going to leave this steering wheel in here, or at least for now anyway. At some point we may swap it out, but for now I think we're going to leave it just because it's a clean steering wheel. It's starting to crack a little bit up here at the top, but overall it looks pretty good. So just going to keep that in here. As you all know, we got the door panels done. Everything just needs to be, you know, popped back into place. Put all the clips back in it. And I do have to get this piece underneath here. Other than that, though, we have about everything for the interior that we really need. Back seats will eventually probably be recovered. I know you guys can't see it, but they're just dirty stock back seats. So we'll probably take those out, recover those sometime next year. We just got a lot of stuff we need to do. But it's going to be a really good year next year. I got my fingers crossed that we can get us a shop built and we can get all 3 of my cars in the shop. If we don't get a shop built next year, I don't know, guys. We very well may get rid of Yellow Wolf. And it's not that I want to get rid of that car. I actually, here lately, I have been itching to drive the Terminator. So we'll just have to see how that works out. I just want to have a place to put all of my cars. You know, I have to go all the way over to my mom's house to go get the red car or the yellow car. So we'll see what 2020 brings. I don't know, man. 2020 could be a big year for us or it could be a major flop. It just depends. All right, guys. I think that's going to be it. This was kind of a short video. Nothing really going on. I just wanted to share with you the fact that we did get some parts in for this thing. And we should be working on it probably tonight. I'm not going to cover a lot of that stuff. I mean, we've worked on this thing so many times doing the same thing. You guys really want to see that over and over again? Probably not. I'll probably set the camera up, do a time lapse, and we'll talk about it afterwards. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. And as always, thanks for watching. So I thought I'd go ahead and let you guys know that we are going to start on the car today. So this is after Christmas and my boys are over. So I got Gaden and Krager with me. So Gaden is learning about mechanics. He's going to be an aircraft mechanic. So this will be perfect for him. We're going to get him under the car. We're going to work on this thing. I don't know how much talking that we're going to do, but we are going to get under the car today and pull everything out. Now, this is the kicker. I cannot find a bell housing. Like I said, I've had a few people look and they just can't find them or they're just not there or whatever. And so this is the deal. We're going to go ahead and give this bell housing one more try. I've done a bunch of research. I've talked to a lot of different people and everybody's pretty much saying that this bell housing will work on the car. So now that we have the block plate, the spacing should be correct. If it's tapping anywhere on the inside, we'll be able to check that and clearance it a little bit. Should not have any problems. If we do, I'll share it with you and we will all learn from this experience. But if it works, this could help somebody out that may be having the same problem. Make sure you got your backing plate on. You can trim a little bit out. So that's how we're going to address this. Cross your fingers, guys. Look, it's been the holidays. We've not had a chance to work on anything really. The garage is an absolute mess. It's just been busy, busy, busy. But today we're going to take some time and hopefully get this car back on the road. We'll see if the transmission is going to be good because we never tested it after we put the new shift fork pads on. So we're going to test all that. Guys, I think we're going to be okay here, but we might not be. I'm not going to keep anything from you. If this fails, then I'm going to share that with you. we all need to learn from it, right? But as of right now, guys, I don't have another bale housing, and I just don't want to pay $200 for a new bale housing or have to order one. So we're just going to give this a try, and I'll let you guys know. So stay tuned for the next video, where we're probably just going to do a lot of time lapse. I'm going to cut in every once in a while, talk to you guys. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to have my son under here with me. We're going to work on this thing. All right, guys. Until next time, as always, thanks for watching.